Welcome to the Caravan Show, where we discuss all things caravans. That's right, everything you need to know about caravans, from weights, towing, maintenance, appliances, renovations, buying a caravan, repairs, destinations and reviews. We'll also chat with some Aussie legends, manufacturers, suppliers and of course, people who love caravans. Take it away, Roy.
It's Royless here from the Caravan Show podcast. And I have with me today on the other end of the line, Stephanie Leca. Now, Stephanie's the Visitor Centre Coordinator for the Carnarvon Shire. Is that right, Stephanie?
Yes, I am.
Welcome aboard. Thank you for taking the time this morning. Tell me a little bit about yourself. Are you a local girl?
I am a local girl, so I was born here in Carnarvon and I grew up on a plantation. So I've been working in tourism for the Shire of Carnarvon for about 10 years now. So I've been based at the Visitor Centre, working with, the community to grow tourism in the town, and then eventuated into more of a marketing role. So my primary role is to do marketing for the region. So it's a very exciting job. I think we've achieved quite a bit in the last couple of years, helping put Carnarvon on the map. So
needless to say, then you know a lot about the area.
Yes, I do. Well, I do believe I do. I learn lots every day, and particularly from our visitors who do come in and discover new things. But I do believe I know quite a bit about the area.
Good on you. So before we start, can you tell us a bit about Carnarvon Shire? Where is it located?
So Carnarvon's located 900 kilometres north of Perth in Western Australia, and we're in the Gascoyne region. So we're right in the middle of the Shark Bay World Heritage Area and the Ningaloo Reef. So our shire stretches from just north of Shark Bay area, around the Gladstone Beach, Wurrumal, and it stretches as far east to the Kennedy and as far north as Coral Bay. So Coral Bay is within our shire as well. So it's quite a big area.
So that's taking in roughly what sort of landmass, do you know?
I think it's about 9,000, the top of my head.
About 9,000 square.
You're
gonna look it up. Good for you.
I am going to look it up.
I didn't hear you say, "Hey Siri" or "Hey Google," so that's a good start.
We're looking at 137 square kilometres, so it's quite a big region.
Awesome.
Very big region, and we've got more than 600 kilometres of the Indian Ocean coastline, so pretty impressive.
Wow. And with what sort of population?
Our population is about 4,500 people that live in the community.
So that's not a lot of people for such a huge region. So obviously you get a quite a lot of visitors coming through, travellers coming through your centres.
Yeah, definitely. So our population definitely, triples in the winter months because the weather's just incredible here. We've got an average 22 to 26 degree days. So we're very, very lucky. So definitely Carnarvon's known for its weather. So everyone certainly flocks from the southwest to our area to experience this incredible weather.
How heavily affected have you been by the COVID-19 virus?
We obviously our caravan parks have been and our accommodation providers have been quite heavily affected. Obviously with no visitors coming through at all, it was quite hard for those 2 to 3 months. But certainly, ever since the regional borders opened, it's just, the community is just absolutely buzzing at the moment. Like just looking outside my window, there are caravans everywhere and lots of families and stuff really happy. And it's great to see so many people on the road and just really, taking into consideration of actually travelling in their own state. So probably we've had a lot of people that have come through that, have had trips booked overseas and that have, just thought, this is an opportunity to go and visit our own backyard. So it's really nice to see people getting out and about and supporting their own state and supporting the tourism industry.
And it's obviously very important to your local economy as well. So they're helping themselves and they're helping you guys at the same time, aren't they?
Yes, absolutely. It's great for them to get out, and obviously everyone's been in isolation, so it's really nice to get out and experience the outdoors, the untrodden, just be out and experience the environment. I think it's just really important for people's mental health, and there's no better place really to be in with so much, area to discover, and, there's social distancing is definitely nice and easy to do around here.
So tell me, how much accommodation or how many caravan parks or free camp parks or that nature do you have in in the Carnarvon Shire?
So we've got 7 caravan parks in our town centre, so quite a few, so quite a lot for a small town and right in the centre of the Gascoyne region. But there are also lots of station stays and wilderness camps in the region as well for those that like to be a little bit more adventurous. So I think we've got about 10 to 15 different types of nature camps and stuff on the beach and on stations and stuff. So there's quite a variety of accommodation options for caravanners, but there's certainly like your luxury style holiday homes, apartments and motels as well. So there's quite a variety. There's definitely something for people who are on a budget to those who are looking for more like eco tents and glamping style accommodation as well. So there's something for everyone really.
So it sounds like somewhere you can spend a lot of time in. I'm just quickly looking through here myself now because I'm kind of cheating too. And I see you've actually got quite a lot of history in the Carnarvon Shire. Can you share some of that with us?
Yeah, so we've so Carnarvon was one of the first places in Australia to grow bananas. So we are known for our fruits and veggies. The other thing that Carnarvon it's really kind of forgotten about, but last year was the 50th anniversary of the moon landing. So Carnarvon was the central point to where helped put obviously the moon landing on the TV. So that's quite an impressive and important role that the community played. And we've got a space and technology museum, which is absolutely fantastic. It's great for all demographics. So there's quite a bit of history here. So.
And of course, you've got a big fishing and boating type environment there, particularly with 600 kilometres worth of coastline, haven't you?
We do, yeah. And obviously the Ningaloo Reef starts where Carnarvon's known as the southern tip of the Ningaloo Reef. So we are the gateway to the Ningaloo region, we call ourselves. So it stretches, so just north of us, about 145 k's at Red Bluff is where the Ningaloo Reef starts. You can imagine pretty incredible fishing and stuff along the coast. And obviously you've got the Shark Bay World Heritage Area just south of us. And then we've got some islands called Burnie and Doria. So between there, we're actually just received a grant to put some artificial reef just off Carnarvon. So that's going to be quite an exciting for the community. We'll see quite a lot of those fishermen come through and a bit of boating adventures happening, I think.
So when we think of reefs, everyone, of course, thinks of the Great Barrier Reef and forgets that actually there's a lot of islands, a lot of reefs on the western side as well.
Absolutely, yeah. People don't realise that, with the fringing reef, just with Coral Bay, you can literally step right out onto the beach and you can just start snorkeling. It's just incredible. And there are just so many beaches along the coastline that just has incredible snorkeling. And people just... Yeah, I mean, it does really, it's a bit of a hidden gem. Certainly when, with our social media profiles, we certainly promote a lot of this. We actually just recently wrote a blog post about snorkeling all the way from Carnarvon to Coral Bay, and it had an enormous amount of hits. So I think we're just really educating, Western Australians about there are so many amazing places. So quite a lot of people go to, the regular holiday hotspots, but I think definitely with COVID, we've definitely seen an interest for people wanting to discover new things and stuff. So our region's definitely going to be buzzing in the next couple of days, like even more so than it is now with the school holidays starting, that's for sure.
Well, let's hope that is true. You're also not shy in art and culture in your area either. It plays a fairly significant role, doesn't it?
Absolutely, yeah, it does. We've got a strong Aboriginal heritage and culture in our community. So we've got 5 different language groups, and we've got an Aboriginal Heritage and Cultural Centre called the Goonwado Mia. So it's a fantastic spot to kind of come and discover the history and stuff. There's quite a lot of sad history, but there's a lot of great history as well about the area. So I think certainly for those that are coming through to the area, definitely need to come and check out the Cultural Centre, Space Museum, and we've also got the Carnarvon Heritage Precinct as well. So there's, if you do love history and heritage, it's certainly a great place to discover more about the area.
And typical regional Australia, there's actually flora and fauna that people don't always think about that. They think that we're sort of quite desert-like, but in fact, we do have a lot of flora and fauna. And again, there's a lot of that at Carnarvon too, isn't there?
There is, yeah. Carnarvon's a fantastic bird watching spot. Like we do, we have a particular guide, and it's very interesting. There's quite a lot of people that come here on year-round trips, and we have some really rare birds that come to the area every year as well that flock. So because it's very mangrovey, And then Gascoyne River is where what we call the desert meets the sea, with being the longest river in WA. And and we've just recently had some fantastic rain, so we're just really looking forward to our wildflower season in the next couple of weeks. I reckon the region will be absolutely blooming. And then obviously if you head further inland from Carnarvon out to the Kennedy Range and Mount Augustus, which is the world's biggest rock, you know, there the wildflowers are just incredible, and you can just discover just so much. So we're just really looking forward to that, for the region to be really blooming and getting people getting out and about and discovering wildflowers.
Just rewind the videotape there a little bit. Did you say the world's largest rock?
Yes, absolutely, Mount Augustus. Yeah, so
I thought Ayers Rock had that title.
No, it does not. So, yeah, actually Mount Augustus is twice the size of Uluru.
Oh, wow.
So, yes, it's very impressive. So there's, unfortunately, again, another attraction that, you know, been not promoted as much, which is great for those that have discovered it. It's definitely getting a lot more popular ever since Uluru has closed its climbing. Mount Augustus, you can still do the national park and right up to the summit. It'll probably take you about 6 hours, but absolutely incredible. And it's just, yeah.
Yeah, well, there you go, folks. If you think you've done the big thing climbing Uluru or Ayers Rock, actually there's a bigger and better one for you to climb over in Carnarvon. So new challenge for you guys. There's 6 hours of climbing the big rock, and you can still do it. We need to tell people about that. I think it's a bit of a secret. I certainly didn't know about it.
Yeah, no, it definitely is a secret. So it's I had on my mind. I must not mention that one.
And of course, again, local produce. So what's the major produce that you have in your region?
So Carnarvon is known for bananas and definitely mangoes. Being obviously we're known for the original lunchbox bananas, so most people would have heard of the Sweeter Banana brand. But we grow pretty much everything. So Carnarvon's definitely a bit of a food bowl of WA because of our incredible climate and our soil. We're just really lucky. We can grow most things in the region. So, you know, we grow tomatoes all year round. So we've got bananas. We grow eggplants, you know, we graft our own varieties. Tropical fruits are incredible. We actually have a food trail in Carnarvon, so you can actually go out to the farm and buy produce direct from the growers, from roadside stalls. Quite a lot of it sometimes can be what we call sun-kissed, so they may be a little bit marked, but, you know, quite often, you know, the fruit or the vegetable is still fine, but you can buy it fresh and at a cheaper price direct from the stalls. And then there's a lot of producers on the river as well that make preserves and ice creams with second-grade products, so stuff that generally doesn't go to market because it's marked and stuff. It gets made into preserves and jams and things like that. So there's lots of yummy treats and things you can find. There's a plantation called Bumbacks that makes delicious mango smoothies. It's definitely a must, and a very popular chocolate-coated banana. There's lots of lovely little treats, and of course on the trail as well, you can go out and buy seafood direct from the boats out at the harbour as well. So it's definitely a bit of a food bowl, that's for sure.
And you have craft markets?
We do, yep. So every Saturday morning from May to October, our craft and growers come together and sell produce and their homemade goods. So a bit of a buzz on a Saturday morning here in Carnarvon from about 8 till 11:30 right in the town centre. So it's definitely, if you're visiting the area, you do need to time your visit out to be in the area at that time for sure.
Is there a better time of year to visit than other?
Look, the weather is very popular around June, July and August because of the weather. But what we do want to sell to people is that, you know, quite often Western Australians will go down south because the weather is a lot nicer down south, and people think that the northwest is too hot. Carnarvon's generally like 10 degrees cooler than Exmouth, and sometimes we can be 10 to 15 degrees cooler than Perth. So we actually love the weather in summer. It's absolutely fantastic. And the great thing about it is I personally think it's too cold to swim in winter here, but a lot of our southwest travellers absolutely love it. But we would definitely recommend, you know, coming up in the summer. The great thing about it is you get awesome deals. It's a lot quieter, so you have beaches absolutely to yourself. And the weather's just blissful as well, so it's definitely not too hot. So it's very moderate all year round, so we're very, very lucky very lucky. But it is definitely very popular around June, July, August. It is our best weather around then.
And of course, you mentioned beaches, and with 600 kilometres of sea line, you've got to have some pretty fabulous beaches. Can you swim all year round, or are there times of the year when you're plagued with, like Queensland, North Queensland in particular, is plagued with stingers and blue bottles and so forth? So, and lest we forget crocodiles. So, do you have those sort of issues in Carnarvon?
No, we don't. So we're really, really lucky that, we can actually swim all year round in our waters. We don't get crocodiles this far south. Quite a few people get, we get a lot of questions about sharks and stuff, but, with such an incredible fishing and stuff off the coastline, we strongly do believe our sharks are very well fed out there. So yeah, it's very safe. Beach fishing and snorkeling and stuff. Our coastline's got some world famous, surfing and stuff, spear fishing, balloon fishing, coastal fishing. There's just every little adventure kind of that you could think of can definitely be done in our region. We're actually just about to launch a new campaign called Carnarvon as a hub of adventure, because being right in the centre of the Gascoyne region, and just with, the Ningaloo Reef to the north, the, Shark Bay Water Heritage to the south, Mount Augustus to the east, Carnarvon's just a really great place to position yourself to experience all of those attractions and spend some time in the region. So, come from the south, base yourself here, spend a couple of days, and then venture off north, come back, and stock up, get all the things you need, and then venture off east. So it's just, I think the hub of adventure really does fit for us.
How long do your visitors normally stay for?
It varies. We get visitors that do stay up to 3 months because the weather is just so incredible. But then, on average, people can stay anywhere between 3 days to a week. Those that obviously, we get a lot of people that are just passing through, that will quickly stop in and get a bit of a feel for the town, and quite often, really enjoy it. I think it's quite a gorgeous little coastal town. We've just done some major improvements to our waterfront, and we get fantastic compliments about that. I think a lot of people that do come through may have not thought of stopping before, will definitely tell us that they're coming back. So which is really good.
Now's the time to do it. I mean, you touched on this earlier, and we agree completely that now's the time to start researching our own backyard. And for West Australians, now's the perfect time. Forget about going, into the Territory or in South Australia, or coming over to Queensland or Victoria or New South Wales. You've got so much you can see there in the West. Go and do it now before all the rest of us start invading your land again. So go and enjoy what's there. And there's so much to see. Sometimes
Absolutely.
we move past it. We don't stop to look. So, they're going up to see Kakadu. They're going to go past Carnarvon on the way, and maybe just drive through and not actually stop and think, well, if people can stay there for 3 months, there has to be lots to do. How well do you cater for like caravan and car repairs? Do you have mechanical workshops there?
We do, yeah. So we're really lucky because we are kind of the biggest town in the region. We do have quite a lot of services here. So we've got 5 petrol stations, 3 or 4 mechanics, tyre repair places, basically, caravan repair. So it really is, you can get all your essentials here. And if you do need any repairs, it certainly is a great place to be, because we are a little bit of a bigger town. So we do have the accessibility to all the services, which is great. So it makes it nice and easy. So if you do go out to Mount Augustus and you're on your ungravel road and you do any slight damage, that for sure that you can come back into town and you can get everything fixed in the region for sure.
So can you do tours from Carnarvon, like jump on a coach tour out to the mount?
No, not at the moment. There are tours that certainly do go from Perth that incorporate Mount Augustus. So those definitely are recommended because obviously they're well equipped. The only tours that we do have here are fishing charters. So we do have some fishing charters. We've just had Top Gun fishing charters just start up in our region. They do travel along the coast. They do Kalbarri, Exmouth. So now they're operating out of Carnarvon. They've had a really great start to the season, which is fantastic. And then we also have an award-winning helicopter company, which is an adventure-based company, which goes off to remote islands off Carnarvon. They do crayfish diving. You can catch your own crayfish, cook it on the beach. They take you out to secluded beaches. If you do are a little bit more adventurous and you do want to experience the whole region, they do like a 4 or 5 hour trip around Shark Bay, flying out to Dirt Hartog Island, Cape Inscription, back around the coast. It's just basically they can tailor the adventure to whatever you want. So it's pretty incredible experience. But definitely the spearfishing and adventure fishing and the crayfish diving has been a really popular tour. I think just that real adventure adrenaline and landing on an island and being able to dive and catch your own crayfish is just something you just can't do anywhere else really. And
what about shopping and facilities for gas, for example, for our caravanners, and general shopping and service station availabilities?
Yeah, so we've got 5 petrol stations in Carnarvon, and we've got 3 fishing stores, tackle shops, 2 hardware stores, so you can get all these services there. We also have a Woolworths in town and an IGA as well. So, yeah, basically you can it's a great spot to pick up everything you need, really.
And of course, you haven't forgot those people that want to do exercise. So you've catered for walking tracks and cyclists as well, haven't you?
Yes, we do. We've got lots of walking trails that go out to the Heritage Precinct, that go along the riverbanks. There's lots of different spots and stuff. There's great like kayaking off our waterfront as well. It's definitely, we call it a BYO kind of adventure. So bring everything you want with you and everything you love doing, and we'll just provide you the environment really and the amazing weather.
And to find out more for the people there, they go to your visitor centre, which is where you're located. Is that right?
Absolutely. So we're located right in the town centre, so nice and easy and accessible, close to nice coffee shops and everything like that, and also a short walking distance to our waterfront. We've got big caravan parking out the back. The town's got free water, the caravanners and dump points in the town centre as well. And but if you do want to plan out any adventure, definitely our website, which is just carnarvon.org.au, and you can also visit our social platforms as well. We post things generally twice a day on Facebook and Instagram, so provide quite a bit of inspiration. So it's definitely worth connecting on those.
Stephanie, one of the things I love to do is put people on the spot, so I'm going to put you on the spot.
Okay, let's go.
Okay, so we can find out a lot. We can go onto your website and we can Google, we can go to your information centre, but for my listeners, there's always those 2 or 3 secret spots that they're not going to find in the simplest ways that you locals know about. I'm going to get you to share some of that with us.
Okay. Well, we've got a few. One of them probably would be Rocky Pool, just east of Carnarvon. It's on the bank of the Gascoyne River. It's one of the, obviously most people would know that the Gascoyne River only flows when it floods in the region, and it's an underground flowing river. So Rocky Pool is a permanent water hole right along the bank, so it's beautiful bird watching. It's a great spot for a picnic. And probably the other one would be along our coastline up near Quabba, just south of the blowholes. We've got a snorkelling lagoon called the Aquarium, and there's also some amazing rock pools along the coast. So if you actually venture out and park your car and just think to yourself, maybe I'll go for a walk over there and see what might I find, you'll actually find quite a lot of incredible rock pools and stuff, which you can literally just spend the day just relaxing in. And yeah, it's very, a lot of people don't discover it. Obviously, we can be a very busy centre, so sometimes we aren't able to spend as much time with everyone as we wish, but we do certainly get to know our customers, really ask them what they like to do, and then really try and tailor it. We want to give them the best experience so that they can tell their friends and families as well, and share obviously their memories on social media. But they're 2 definitely spots that we highly recommend to check out.
Stephanie, you have been fantastic. I appreciate, and I'm sure my listeners do, all the information that you've supplied to us today. And I'm hoping we'll get a chance to have another chat with you later down the track. But you've given up a lot of your valuable time today, and we really appreciate it.
No worries. Thanks so much, Flora. I really enjoyed it today. Thank you. And
we'll catch Stephanie. So listen, everyone, just to repeat here, Stephanie is at the Carnarvon Shire. It sounds like a fantastic place to go. She's sitting there today with her team waiting for you guys to arrive. If you're in Western Australia, Don't wait for this all to break. Get out there and have a look. If you're not in Western Australia, the moment those borders open, get your bums over there. Go and have a chat with Stephanie. You'll find out lots of information and you'll have a whale of a time. Stephanie, thanks again, and we'll catch you on the flip side.
Thank you.